What's up guys, Romsicle here. So a few days ago, Glorious PC Gaming, the same company that gave you the Glorious Panda switches and the Model O mouse, released some new information on a new keyboard that they're making, the GMMK Pro. And taking a look at its specs and its price, it's actually pretty interesting. And so in this video, I'm going to give you my impressions of it, so let's dive right in. Right off the bat, I'm super excited for the gasket mounted plate design. With this mounting method, the typing experience is much quieter than other typical mounting methods, and this is because of its higher tolerance towards keyboard variables such as ping and vibration. But because of the suppressed sound of your switches, this mounting method isn't for everybody. It's similar to comparing a plastic case versus a CNC aluminum case. When you bottom out on a switch on a plastic case, the thockiness is very strong, but when you do the exact same thing with the exact same switch on a CNC aluminum case, the thockiness isn't as strong, and it's because of the vibration absorption of the dense metal. And with the gasket mounted keyboard, that suppression is going even further, so you're losing even more of that thockiness. Next, we have our 75% layout, which is pretty versatile for most users. We get a CNC aluminum high profile case available in black or white. I always love a good high profile case. We also have a special feature, the rotary knob, that can be customized to do whatever functions you program it to do, and it's pretty similar to the Satisfaction 75, but we'll get into that in a little bit. And last but not least, we have USB-C, because we're living in 2020, that's absolutely the right mindset here. We also get goat screw-in stabilizers that are cut and lubed from the factory, which is pretty awesome. Not sure if they're going to be as good as GMK or Cherry screw-in stabilizers and how well it's going to be factory lubed, because we all know how inconsistent and messy those ones can be, but chances are you'll probably have to re-lube your stabilizers yourselves as God intended. It's QMK and VIA compatible, which means more customizability in terms of layouts just by flashing your PCB. You can also customize your keyboard through their own Glorious Core program, which probably also controls their LEDs, because this keyboard also has 16.8 million colors of per key RGB lighting with multiple effects, which is pretty standard on most RGB keyboards, even if it's only $40. But obviously this keyboard should have way more customizability. You also have side lighting, and I'm not sure if they're talking about extra LEDs on the sides, or they're just talking about the translucent windows, or both. But regardless, it's a nice aesthetic touch. In terms of switch compatibility, you're getting 5-pin or 3-pin south-facing switches, which means no optical switches here, but you're getting more compatibility with your backlit Ninja keycaps, which isn't too common. But that also means your regular backlit keycaps aren't going to be as bright since the LED source is now the south instead of the north. But chances are, if you're buying this keyboard set, you're probably not going to be looking into getting those kind of keycaps anyways. GMK! And to top it all off, it's only $170 for a bare bones set that you don't have to build, which is pretty incredible. And I know it says starting from $170, so I assume they'll probably have some kind of brass plate option that'll probably increase the price by $30 or so. You have switch options and keycap options, but obviously with us enthusiasts, we'll have our own switches and keycaps, so we don't have to worry about that. And this keyboard isn't a group buy, so it's going to be readily available in the future, which is very, very interesting. And the demand of this keyboard is definitely going to affect shipping once it actually releases, but I'm also curious to see how this will affect the newcomers getting into the custom mechanical keyboard market because of how versatile this keyboard actually is and of its price. $170 for a pre-assembled gasket mount keyboard is incredible. To put this into perspective, a typical group buy gasket mounted keyboard case with maybe a plate can cost from $200 to $400 depending on the materials that they're using, and because it's in such a limited run, that's why it's so expensive. But because this keyboard, the GMMK Pro, is being made in bulk, the price has been drastically reduced. Now the design of the GMMK Pro is by no means new in the custom mechanical keyboard markets. The closest keyboard that we have to the GMMK Pro is called the Satisfaction 75, which was released in a group buy this time last year in 2019. They're practically the exact same keyboard, but with some functional and aesthetic differences. First off, we have a rotary knob, both of them have them, and for the Satisfaction 75, instead of a gasket mount, you get a sandwich mount. You have 3 side keys instead of 4, you have an OLED screen on the top right, which is pretty incredible. You have some aesthetic differences on the edges with sharper corners, and you also have an engraved brass weight on the bottom, which is pretty incredible. And if you're looking to buy a Satisfaction 75 yourself, just know that you'll have to pay a hefty price on the secondary market because it is so exclusive now. There's also another keyboard that's similar. It's called the Idlebout 80, and it's pretty much the younger brother of the Satisfaction 75. And you can actually buy a hot swappable version of the Idlebout 80 right now that's available in a bunch of colors with a checkout price of $150. It's got an integrated plate, doesn't have LEDs, but you can solder them on, and it's basically the budget version of the Satisfaction 75. If you're interested, links are going to be in the description down below. For me, I'm definitely going to get a GMMK Pro just to see how it feels to type on a gasket mounted keyboard, and using a rotary knob for the first time should be pretty fun. And because I don't have to pay a group buy price, this is going to be pretty awesome for my wallet too. Reservations start November 11th and shipping starts Q1 of 2021, so I'm pretty excited. All the information you need to know is going to be linked in the description down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.